Hello, and welcome back to Life Lessons with Sheila, and welcome to a brand new episode of Motivational Mindset Monday. This is the day of the week that I come on and I give you encouragement and motivation to get you through your week. Today, we're talking about being the light, being a city on a hill. This whole video is inspired by a post I shared on Saturday. It's a quote from Kate Spencer. Just because your light illuminates the scars in other people that they are not prepared to heal does not mean that you should not shine. I'm going to try to make it through this video without crying because this message is every bit as much for me as it is for you. You ever have those aha moments with God? You know, the moments when He just shines through the simplest of messages but speaks a ton? Let's hop into this. While this is a Motivational Mindset Monday video, I have to bring scripture to encourage you in what I'm about to share. In Matthew 5:14-16 it says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." As a child, we sang, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine." And then, of course, my favorite verse, "Not let Satan poof it out, I'm gonna let it shine." Now, this is the part where I would like to say Satan is not the only one who can poof out your light. Your parents can, your spouse can, your kids can, your boss or your coworker can, your friends can, your neighbors can, a stranger can, even you yourself can. The worst of these is yourself. Why? Because we are capable of so much more than we can even fathom. We stop ourselves from achieving greatness in our lives because we either second guess ourselves or we allow self-doubt to come in and rule our actions and reactions. Before I get into this video has nothing to do with confidence, but instead the light that is inside of you, that radiates deep from within you. As we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence actually liberates others. That was said by Marianne Williamson. Now, I can tell you that we are not born with self-doubt. It is something that is ingrained in us, taught to us, either by observation. In other words, we watched loved ones around us dealing with self-doubt, or we were taught to always second-guess our every decision. Look at young children. They know what they want, and they're not afraid to let you know. That is until they're taught. That is rude, or you don't say that. Which, yes, there are times when we need to teach our children boundaries, but we have to be careful not to shrink one's ideas or creativity. Never dull your shine for someone else. That was said by Tyra Banks. Even as an adult, it's easy to allow others to dull your shine, even if you don't realize it. The times you choose not to say something, not because it's wrong, you are watering yourself down. I am, of course, not talking about the times you use self-control, not saying things that you know you shouldn't, but instead not saying something because you know it will cause a reaction. Take, for example, when I was teaching. When I made the decision to leave, it was because I had to water myself down so much because I was in a stifling environment. One where I could not say what I needed to. Otherwise, I would have been ostracized. In fact, I felt like I was, but it was of my own doing. I pulled away from everyone because I felt like we were just all on a different page. I do not do well with drama. Never have, never will. I love the people I work with as individuals, but as a group, it was a festering cesspool of drama. Had I chosen to do just my job and go home every day, knowing that little impressionable lives were being affected, maybe I could have stayed, but that is not who I am as a person. Simply shine your light on the road ahead, and you are helping others to see their way out of darkness. That was said by Katrina Mayer. That is when my personal transformation began. Spiritually, I had grown, but emotionally, I had to grow. We all grow at different speeds. We as a whole have to come to that conclusion before we stop snuffing out someone else's light. Maya Angelou once said, "Nothing can dim the light that shines from within." And that's the light we're talking about today. You can make a lot of impact in this world, but if there's one thing you should be known for, let it be for your light. In a world comprised of nothing but chaos and darkness, let your light shine above to give hope to others in their path. When you shine your light, you become the symbol of hope and goodness in a world where that's rare. To be the light in someone's life is ultimately the best thing that you can do for them. By letting your light shine, you help others fight their battles, even without knowing it. That is said by Unknown. Here are 10 selfless ways to let your light shine. 1. Don't forget to smile. There's something to be said about someone who constantly smiles, as if smiling is their way of sharing their light with the world. Your smile is one of the most genuine and selfless things that you can share with others without trying as hard. You never know how much you can brighten someone's day with this simple act. 2. Be there for a friend. Be there for someone during their darkest days is something that they'll never forget. That's true. I can attest to that for sure. By being there for a friend, you're sharing your light and hope with them in a moment where they feel hopeless and devastated. They say that being there for someone in their darkest makes a stronger impact than being there on their best, and this is accurate. 3. Give genuine compliments. Whether or not someone's love language is words of affirmation, giving compliments is such a selfless act. Words have so much power than you realize, and you can either make or break someone's day. By giving compliments, you're sharing kindness and compassion in your own way. When is the last time you gave someone a genuine compliment? 4. Be friendly. Similar to your smile, friendliness goes a long way. This means going out of your way to talk to strangers, helping them, or meeting new people. You'd be surprised by the kind of impact you have on even those you barely know. People with a certain light within them have it in their nature to light people's paths, even to strangers. 5. Use your passion. What you love impacts how you become a light to others. For instance, if you're a writer, one of the ways to shine your light is through your art of your words and using that to make people feel something. You can always use your passion to make a change in the world, no matter what it may be. 6. Share your optimism and gratitude. We live in a world where it's nature to dwell in negativity. When you freely show that outlook and perspective to others, you'll naturally be the light that they need in their lives. Be the kind of person in a world that easily focuses on negativity. You choose to focus on optimism and gratitude. Be the kind of person that chooses to see the silver lining in difficult circumstances. 7, give to charity. One of the most selfless acts you can do is to give to a charity and to those that need it more than you do. Choose the things that you don't need any longer, such as clothes, and give this away to charity. You don't know how much of a big deal this is for those who need it, and you'll be acting as their light in times of need. There are so many people who desperately need a selfless heart in such a self-absorbed world, and even a simple act of generosity can change the world for the better. 8, give what you can. Giving, not out of compulsion, but out of sincerity and generosity, is the best thing that you can do for others. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture, as you'll be surprised how often others appreciate even the simplest things such as friendship, compliments, and even laughter. Being the light to others isn't always about material things, but it's also about the intangible things that you can never buy with money. Number 9, listen with intent. This is such a selfless act that people rarely do nowadays. We're so focused on listening to respond that we will never listen for the sake of actually listening and processing what others have to say. Listening is considered a selfless act in itself, as the best thing you can make someone feel is to hear them for what they want to communicate. By listening to someone's problems, for instance, you listen to how much in pain they are. And lastly, empathize with others. There's a difference between empathy and sympathy, wherein empathy means putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Empathy and selflessness are deeply intertwined if you take a moment to think about it. When you empathize with others, you become light as you make them feel understood. Through empathizing, you're reminding them that they're not alone in their pain or whatever it is that they're feeling. Live your life in such a way that others see Christ in you. Let them see His love, joy, peace, and patience working in and through you. You can set an example by forgiving, being patient, and being kind. If we want to make a difference in this world, we must let our light shine for Christ. Let your light shine today, and let your personality blossom too. You don't have to be a people pleaser, just a people lover. That was said by Beth Moore, and I love that. I love people. I love people. I love people. I'm not a very good people pleaser anymore. I used to be. I used to want to please anyone who would accept me. I would do whatever it took to please them. Not anymore. I've learned my boundaries, and I've set them pretty solid. But I still love people. Even the people who hurt me, I still love them. Because God created them. Go let your light shine. It's who you were created to be and what you were created to do. I'm going to touch on this topic in another way, probably next Monday. In a way that you probably assumed I was going to talk about today. But first we had to get down to basics. And we must let our light shine like a city on a hill. And not shove our light under a bowl where no one else can see it. Stop going with the flow. Stop doing what everyone else is doing. Stop ganging up on someone because it's the thing to do. Instead, be a light to that person. Be a light to the others. Be a light to everyone you come in contact with. Your light will become much brighter. Your life will become much brighter. And you will set an impact that speaks volumes for yourself when you won't even have to say a word. Until next time. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.